let's limit your time though. You get crabby every time you play too long. Okay. How you doing?
Good. I'm trying to go live. Can you see if I'm live?
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah. My cat is hungry.
Yeah, Kurt Yarland's connection is terrible. It was the same way yesterday.
Yeah.
Why is that? Jared Z. Jared Z. Oh, live. Teaching from home. Jump in and...
Is it working?
Oh, yeah. See a picture of a cat, and I see you.
Okay. Is the latency better? Like, is the
It's super dark though.
I just turned the light.
Oh, okay.
I changed the. Oh, see, you said hi already, so I think it's quicker. Say something again. Oh yeah, way quicker. The latency is way better.
Oh, that's neat. So it puts the chat over. I can't see you though.
I guess
right when I do it.
Yeah.
Because now it's gone.
You might be able to change that. I'm not sure. I doubt if anybody would get on there. But...
Okay, well, I gotta get that video posted, so I'm gonna do that. So, I'll just see if I can help them. That's Google something.
Yeah.
Google Hangouts?
It's on his computer, on the Apple computer.
I know, but then her name doesn't pop up, or Chris.
On the top, or
Yeah, I tried a bunch of different things. It didn't work. I texted them to see if they can do it on their end.
so anybody there? How do I see? How can I see if people are here? There's cats running around, and I'm not exactly sure how to tell if people are in the street. Oh, Dylan's in there. What's up, Dylan? What up? You know how to do this, man. I should ask you. The number of people watching. Okay, and then when people show up, when people comment, I can see. Claire, what is up? You are so bored. What can you shoot around the house? Do you have cats? As you can see, I put up pictures of my cats right here because that's what I've been taking pictures of. So you could do that. Look at that cat. Isn't that adorable? Look at that cat. Dylan, how's my audio sound? Is it okay? And I did a low latency stream so I could chat with people better. I hope that works. It says my stream health is good. So that's kind of fun. Okay, it's a little faded. Does the monitor look okay? Like my screen over here to the right, or is this thing faded? The webcam, because I'm just using a webcam right now. So maybe I need it to be brighter. Because I think I could change that. And then Claire, what do you have to shoot around the house? You don't have any like cats or anything or animals? And I think, did you bring the camera home? Let's see if I can change. Oh look, I can change it back to there. I'd set that up my scenes. I'm using OBS, Dylan. It's kind of fun. Let's see if I could change configure video to be brighter. I can, I think. Oh gosh, now it's way dark. That's pretty faded in it. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to mess with this thing. It doesn't look great. Darn it. That's alright. I'll go back to my beautiful kitty. Oh, who else is here? I have 4 people here. Which is awesome. So Dylan, what ideas do you have for me to do? If I'm going to do like photo class or something online, what do you think I should do? I have no idea. Still got. Alright, I'm checking my email. Sorry. I have to be ready to check email in case anything's going on. So, I haven't edited these photos yet. And I was going to get online and edit them. Because Claire, one thing you could do, if you're still looking around, one thing you could do is you could edit like older photos. So I've gone through I'm kind of bored too, right? I think we're all trying to figure out what to do without going out, and I'm editing old photos, so I'm trying to figure out ways that I can spend time and be productive. Because I used to just play video games all the time, and now I don't want to do that anymore. I like playing video games, but I don't want to play them all the time. So I'm trying to be productive and edit photos, edit old photos. So for me, that's one of the things I could do at home while I'm going through all this stuff. I have lots of old photographs that I've never really gone through and edited. And these shots I took of my awesome cats, because that's what you do as a photographer. You go through and you take pictures of your cats. That's pretty cool. Dylan, for example, how you would typically go through and edit photos from start to finish. That's good. That's a good one. But Dylan, I'm so good. My photography is so excellent that I don't need to do much editing. They're just awesome. I mean, do you see this, Dylan? This is out of the camera. Just put it in the computer, and it's straight gold already. Boy, we are all going to be bored. That's okay though. We're gonna. Technology at least allows us to get together. It can always be better. Thanks, Dylan. You're right. Okay, that's why you take 6 months to edit a video. I mean that in a good way. Because your stuff is awesome. Oh, look at these kitties. This is a camera that I just shot. Dylan says, wow. I was just messing around with the focus settings, right? So that's one thing I'm trying to learn my camera a little bit better, to change focus settings to try to get animals in action a little bit quicker. And I think that I did a good job, especially when I put bunny ears on this cat. You need to be fast. Look at that. Bunny ears. But look, the cat's blurry because she didn't like that very much, having bunny ears on her. Look at, she's very upset. It's a little blurry, but it's still pretty cute. So it's all good. Let's see. So for me, I just go through. I'm editing old photos. I have not deleted these. One of the things I always try to do is make sure I delete the non-keepers. So I go through, and if they're too close together, then I delete one of them, especially in a row. So like I have that one, which is cute. You can see her little tiny tooth there. But this one's probably cuter, and you can see more of the tooth. So I'll go here, and then I'll make sure that I don't pick that one. I don't even remember how to unpick them now. I'm terrible. I can flag that, unflag, or reject it. And I think under the library, I'm going to reject it. X for reject. What's going on, Ethan? It's good to see you, man. Well, I wish that I could. That's the one thing about live streaming, right? You can't see the other people. That's too bad. But so what I'm doing today, Ethan, is I'm going through and I'm going to edit some of my photos real quick. These are just shots that I took. Like, see that shot? All right. So that shot and that shot are too close together. So I'm going to pick one because I don't need 400 million shots on my computer. Okay. This is just my cat. I see her every day. She's awesome. So that one or that one. Oh, that one or that one. I like that one better than that one. So I'm going to reject that one. And I'm going to keep that one because that's pretty cute. That one, gosh, which one do I like better? I don't know. This one's a tough one. Probably, I like that one better than all three, but I'll do that one. I'll reject that one, and then I'll keep I don't need that. That's weird. I don't need that one. Oh, look how cute she is. I'll keep that, and then that's like a stick or something like that. My son was like trying to get her to bat at it or something like that. Ethan, there is one way that we can show each other's pictures. Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a way on YouTube Live, but we could always get on, like, as the photography team at Westside, we could get on and on like a Zoom conference, I think, and we could show each other what we're doing over our break here, and that would be something that we could try to do. That'd be pretty cool. I went out and this was that snow the other day. Yeah, is that Google Meet, Ethan? I think. And I maybe Teams lets us. Okay, Google Meet. Yeah, we could try that too. We could set a date for like next Friday, Ethan, and the photo team could like get together and talk about what we worked on. We can use Google Meet, or we can just use Google or Microsoft Teams, and we could next Friday we can get together and look at what we've done and what we've worked on, what kind of edits we've maybe been doing over the week, or like favorite photos we've taken. That would be really cool, Ethan. I think that's a really good idea as a photo team to get together and do that. So we should schedule it maybe for next week. That would be a lot of fun. I think that would be cool. This photo was when it snowed real crazy the other day. That was like at the beginning of the week, wasn't it? I think I can't remember. But we went out and drove around a little bit, and the snow was real wet and heavy, so it got all of the branches and was pretty cool. So once again, if I'm editing these, I'm looking at the different versions. I'm looking at like that one, and the reason I stopped here is because of the pathway, right? So I saw like this overhang of trees, which is cool, and all these branches and everything all down that path. And then at the end of the path, you can see like milk cartons and like stuff there that make noise because I think the people want to know if somebody's trying to get on their land, so those things jingle. So I made sure not to jingle anything or to trespass. I don't do any of that. But I got a couple cool shots. There's my son running ahead of me, and this one's a little bit closer. And if I look at that one and that one, I'd have to figure out which one I like better. I might like this one better. I don't know. That one's pretty cool because it's a long road. And I didn't take one vertically. This is one of those that I wish I could have done, like taking the camera vertically, because there's the pathway that's vertical path, right? And I didn't do that. So I should have done that. I'll remember that next time. And then I'm also looking at details, right? You like the first one better? You like that one over that one? Okay. I think maybe I like the path quite a bit. That's pretty cool. But I kind of like getting close to these, although it's hard to tell what those are, right, Ethan? I'm not sure what those are. Yeah, I guess maybe you're right. Maybe that one is better. And then what I'm doing is I'm always trying to get, right, as a photographer, you get wider, and then you get closer, and then you're always looking at details, so you're looking around. This photo is, you can probably see it's a little too dark, and you guys remember the histogram? Histogram can tell you when your photo doesn't have. Can I zoom in? Dylan, if you're still there, do you know if I can zoom in? Or do I. How would I do that? I wonder if I don't even know. I'm going to have to look at that. I think I can use Lightroom. I can't. No, I could zoom into the photo, but could I zoom into a panel that's not. You know what I'm saying? So I think I could create another scene in OBS that's a close-up of a panel. What if I should try that? A scene. I'm going to add a scene. Let's see, close-up. Oh, no, okay, so I went dark. So hold on a second. I'm going to add display capture, add existing. But I'm going to go over there. All right, hold on. Did it it work? Yeah, I think it worked. So I can go close up to the histogram. So the histogram's on the top right corner, and when I'm editing a photograph, I can actually go in and see. I can increase. Let's see. I can increase the exposure, so in the histogram I can show more whites. And then when I'm looking at the photograph, that is more like snow should be than before. It was like that, where everything's kind of gray. So I'm able to get a little bit more natural colors than you might than I got out of the camera, right? So that's what I do with something like that. Let's see. That's too muddy. I don't like that. That's kind of cool. I need to increase the whites. That's a little too much. And I like that. And I like when you get up close, there's a detail to be able to hang on to. That's pretty cool too. I like that. I'm just messing around with more details, all that heavy snow. That's really close to the milk jugs. Let's see, what is that? Looks like that's a headlamp or something. And then we got milk jugs. I don't know what those are. Those are like chains and stuff like that. Probably just to rattle around so people are not trespassing. And I don't like that at all. That's a nothing. So you're seeing, like, when photographers go out and they shoot, like when I go out and shoot, I make a lot of mistakes. This one, it's too much of an angle, so I don't really like that. It looks warped. It looks weird. And this one is way too dark, right? In order for me to even evaluate it, you have to make sure that you're editing a little bit. So I'm just going to throw everything up higher, and then I'm going to recover some of the whites back. Oh, I like the other version too, that one. So then you get some of the detail back in the snow. Let's see. I took this one, and then I took that one, and I took that one. Oh, see, I was making my corrections in the camera. So I saw that I was a little underexposed, and then I exposed it a little bit better. The one thing, like Ethan and Dylan, when you guys are doing video and photography, right, even with video, it's better to not overexpose the highlights. So if you go out and you take a picture like this and everything's super bright, it's really hard to recover all of that data. So what happens is the computer writes the data to the card based on the image, the exposure settings. And then if you're way overexposed, the camera has it, or your editing software has a really hard time bringing back details. So then you would be stuck with something like that. So if you're a little underexposed, you can always bring back detail. Oh, that's way too. You can always bring back some detail to make the photo better. It might be grainier, but it's better than losing detail in the highlights. So yes, Ethan, underexposing is a little bit better than overexposing, especially the size of people's faces and stuff. So like if you're taking a picture of someone's a portrait of someone, and the sun is coming down really harsh into the side of their face. This side might look okay, but that side might be super, super bright. And then when you're trying to edit it, you're not going to be able to get the skin tones right because the data in the white areas is completely gone. So you won't get any more like detail there, and that'll look weird if you printed it. So I'm going by and I'm seeing this cool fence. And this is like me approaching the fence, trying to figure out whether it's cool or not. And I think the fence is cool and the snow is cool, but this shot doesn't do it I just didn't nail this shot because this little bit of branch is in focus, but the fence is way too blurry. It's kind of cool, but it looks mostly out of focus. If I'm looking at the fence post, it looks just out of focus. So I don't like that one. So this one I'm adjusting. It was near like a park, so back here is like a tennis court or something like that. I can't remember, but I didn't want to get the tennis court in there. So I'm taking pictures. I'm adjusting where I'm shooting. I'm trying to shoot this branch here to see if it's cool, but it is not cool when I'm here editing. So This is one of those things. Photographers and videographers, we make a lot of mistakes, right, Dylan? Like it's like, but you make a lot of mistakes, so then you can pick the best stuff out there and be able to give it to everybody. Yes, I agree, Ethan. Way too many sticks are in the. Dylan, maybe only you make no mistakes. Okay, I should have rephrased that. So this is when I got down low. I changed my perspective because I didn't like these. So Ethan, you're right. Those branches were too much in the way. I was trying to get it to frame, like kind of frame over the fence, but it just didn't work. So I got down low, tried to cut down the branches to get out of the way, and I like this one's okay. I don't like this one because I can see a fence in the background. I don't even. I think that was the tennis court. I'm not sure. Um, but what? And then I got a little closer. But I think I screwed this one up because I should have probably focused right there, and my focus is over here. So when I look over here, it's in focus, but I want to look right here, and it's not focused. But at this point, also, my wife was taking photos of me taking photos, and I was just like, stop it. And thank you, Ethan. Thank you that it looks better. I appreciate that. So my wife was taking photos of me, and I was very upset. Just kidding. I wasn't really upset, but I was like, it's time to move on because they were in the car waiting for me. So we knew that all along when we're at this park and we're over here and we're moving to a park. I had an idea of where to go, and there's this place over on I think it's State Street, and it's kind of north Omaha. And I knew that State Street had a really cool street that went for a long way, and it had these big overhangs of branches over it, and then you had the road. So I knew that I was looking for that spot, and the only problem was that the traffic kind of sucked. So cars kept coming at me and looking very angry at me. And so I kind of like, I kind of like these shots. I probably liked that one maybe better than that one. I'm not sure. And I don't like this one as much. I'm way down low. It's okay though. If you look at this one too, you can see a stop sign way in the back. Yes, Ethan, it got a little awkward. People were like, "Why is this guy out here? There's the coronavirus everywhere, and this guy's out in the middle of the road taking photos." So yes, it was awkward. At one point though, we saw some really pretty deer with a bunch of babies like running around. That was really cool. And they were just looking at us like we were weird too. It's kind of cool. Let's see, where's my at? Okay, so and now I'm getting down really low, and then lower. I'm changing my perspective. I don't know. Uh, so I see this. I like this. I don't know. See, that's a hard one. If I'm gonna if I'm an artist, let's say, and I'm gonna print one of these, which I don't think I am because I'm not in love with these. If I'm gonna print one of these, I'm not sure which one I would pick. I would probably pick one of this bunch to be like a candidate for printing. It's like maybe something that I could put on my Etsy shop to sell. But I'm not sure which one. I'd have to spend some time with it. Like maybe that one. That's kind of cool. The reason I'm out there is to get the trees, the canopy. Also, I like this photo quite a bit, but the sky is pure white, and like sometimes you can get out here when a storm comes through, and the sky is white when it's dumping all the snow everywhere and everything. But sometimes the sky clears and you get that awesome blue sky, and that's when things really are cool. And that, of course, didn't happen here. It was kind of overcast all day, but that's rare. That doesn't happen very often. But I still like this photo. I still think it's cool. Here, so okay, so I didn't like the spot. I was kind of bored with it because I don't think I didn't like those stop sign and stuff down there. I wanted to look a little bit more remote, so we moved around and we found another spot just over the crest. There was a hill that we went over, and this spot I like this one a lot better. So I didn't hold my camera totally straight, so I can go through here and I can go to the crop tool and I can just twist it a little bit. The grid comes up to help you, and I want the road to be straight because I don't like horizons shifting too much. Oh, that shifted it a little bit too much. Something like that's not too bad. That looks pretty straight. What do you guys think? Ethan, that look better? kind of like that. See, that's my favorite of the bunch so far. Usually what I'm doing when I'm editing is I'm going through and I'm clicking on photos, I'm just like, and then I'll find that one, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty sweet. I kind of like that. And then I'll spend more time with it. That's when I'll go in and I'll get really close, and I'll make edits based on getting close. Now, at first I didn't like this guardrail there. Thank you, Poemfish. Thank you, Poemfish. I don't like this guardrail that much, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal, and it kind of guides you into the center a little bit. I don't think it's a big deal. Still a cool photograph. So I'm out there and I'm experimenting, and I got a little lower, but I still like this one better. I think it features the trees a little bit better. I got a little lower, and then I'm raising my camera, so I'm just doing it at an angle. So I'm way down low, and I'm just kind of raising it. And at this point, I'm kind of blind. I don't see this shot very well because it's so close to the ground. I like the shot with the yellow lines. Okay, Case. And then also this one is too dark. So this is an easy fix. So what I'll take the whites up a little bit. I'll create that contrast, and then that looks a little better. And I'll bring the highlights back in a little bit, and I like that. So if I go in and look at the trees, I can still see, and I don't know how well it transfers to your guys' screen, but I can still see the detail of the snow that's on the branches, which is what I was going for. Same thing down here. I can see detail on the road, and I'm not sure. That might be a little bit blown out. And then I could bring my whites down just a touch. Oh yeah, to bring some of that detail back in. Because one of the things is when you're printing the detail that gets blown out and it's white, like pure white, gets printed really weird and it looks awkward on the paper. So there's spots that don't have ink on them and they just looks strange. So I like the shot quite a bit too. So let's see, where's that first shot? I like that one. I'm gonna do that one as a pick. I'm gonna do that one as a pick, and I'll straighten it out a little bit. Right down the center too. So I'm gonna pick those two. So I have that one, and then I have that one. I don't know. They're pretty close, but they're also quite a bit different. I'm getting a lot more road in here. And I could probably only pick one for my portfolio. So I'm not sure which one to do. This one is the first one. That one's the second one. What do you guys think? Ethan? Poemfish, what do you like better? That one or that one? I just don't know. Let's see what this looks like in black and white. Let's see, go. Okay. I like the contrast better on this one too, maybe. Okay. Let's check it out in black and white. Let's see how it looks. Nope. It's kind of cool. But I need darker blacks, I think, to make that black and white really cool. Oh man, that's actually kind of cool now. Dang. That's not too bad. You like the yellow. But look at that dramatic dark blacks, though. You don't think so? I don't know. I'm going to keep a version of this that has black and white. But for now, we'll turn it back into color. Oh, you know what I can do is I can bring the color out more, too. If I go down to the color, let's see, the saturation, I'll take the yellow up. Let's see. Because you can desaturate it or oversaturate a little bit. And I can increase the luminance just a touch. Let's see, make it, there we go. That's a little, I like that. Turn it back, let's see, okay. Ethan likes the color more, so we're just going to go with the color one for now. But here, I'll show you, we'll make a virtual copy. So Ethan, if you right click on it, or two finger click Ethan in Lightroom, and you can create a virtual copy. And then you have the exact same photo side by side. And in Lightroom, then you can make an adjustment. So I'll make this one black and white, and I'll make the darks really dark. You can then side by side look at the two versions. So that's the original color version, and then the black and white version. And then you could even you could select them both, and you can see which versions you like better. So you can see them side by side. Lightroom lets you do a lot of cool stuff. I don't know. I like the yellow better maybe, but I might have to come back to this one later. This might be one that I have to come back to. Black and white brings it out, or okay. Ethan likes that better. See, Ethan, I'm going to keep both of those. I've decided that both will be in my final picks. So, let's look. And see, I'm shooting, but I'm not getting that much different shots, so that one and that one are almost the same. What I might be doing is changing my f-stop. Nope. I'm not changing my f-stop. Everything's the same. Because sometimes what I like to do with stuff like this. Okay, Ethan, you like it better in black and white when you're comparing them side by side. That's cool. When I'm out shooting stuff like this, sometimes I'm varying my focal length because I want more or less of the photo in focus. This one's like 5.6, which is like kind of a lot of depth of field, so you can see quite a bit of stuff. Let's see. And this one, I think I'm standing up. Oh, there we go. There I went vertical. Did a vertical one. I don't know. That vertical one's kind of cool. I like that. It features the overhang of the trees quite a bit, doesn't it? I'm not sure. Let's see. Develop. Maybe make it darker. Ooh, the contrast is pretty cool there. And then if I increase the saturation, Ethan, you like this one? Let's see. Increase the saturation of the line. We don't want it to be like weird. It's probably a little bit too dark, so let's see if I can increase the movements. Oh, that's kind of fun. It really makes the yellow pop more. Thank you, Ethan. And then on this one, I'd probably just have to make my line straight again. So then I have like a better, let's see, that's pretty cool. Now, if I really wanted to, if I printed this, the thing about this one is that the street looks kind of dirty like that. I could get rid of probably a lot of that if I wanted to put an hour or two in there. Probably, or maybe less. But to be honest, I don't really care that much, so I'm not going to do that. You can tell that the road is wet, but I don't know if I like the slush. I like this photo though, but I'd like to get a little bit of the slush away. See, next time what I'll have to do is bring a shovel on all of your photo trips, and then I could shovel that away. But I didn't do that, Ethan. I know. Plus, Ethan, if you bring a shovel, you could defend yourself from like the deer that come at you and try to get you in the wilderness. So this was or I could make. That's right, Homefish. I could make my son shovel the road. But cars would put it back. I know because we had cars going back and forth. You're right. This was a hard one. So we drove by and we saw this really cool spot that was really tons of snow. But the challenge with something like this is just all of the there's just so much there. You know, like when you're going over on these photos, you can find like a focal length, and you can find it like I'm trying to guide the viewer down into the pathway and the idea that they're under this really beautiful canopy. And this is cool stuff. It's like pretty, but like for a print, I'm just not sure. I don't know. If I darkened it, if I increased the contrast, it might be cool. But it's still not cool. Yeah, I agree, Ethan. You can't really tell what I'm trying to like. This one. So I'm trying to get people to look at this like log that fell down or the tree that fell down. So there's a focal length, but I just don't like the photo. This one there is no, or there's no focal point. This one has a focal point. This one has no focal point, right? It's just kind of like the trees. I try to get this tree right here, so that one and that one. I try to get them to be my focal point. However, it just doesn't work for this one. So I'm going along and I'm trying to get a better shot. This one's totally not good. I tried to put my camera close to the ground and it just did not work. It added too much complexity and too much chaos. So I got closer. This one works a little better than the other one, right? So I had this one, which was farther away, and then I walked in and got a little closer. This one works a little bit better because you have those two trees that at least push us into the middle. And then there's this little part that's right here in the center that is kind of a pleasing little spot, but it's still so much chaos everywhere. It's a hard one. I try to move a little bit. And that one's not too bad. I try to look up, and that one's just looking up. That's nothing. There's nothing there really. It's pretty, but it's, I mean, who cares? It doesn't look like something that's artistic or something that I'm trying to, do something cool with. So then later on we went to Benson. So on the way home, stopped by Benson, and I walked around for probably 2 minutes, I think, before the family got too cold and we had to go inside. But I just always look for details. I thought this was a cool little detail with the X on the, alright, Ethan, with the X on the pole, which is pretty sweet. But, so I took 2 shots. This one I got down low to be at the same, like, plane of focus where the pole is. And then this one I just kind of stood up and pointed the camera down. I like this one a lot better. It's pretty, I don't like the building in the background. And this one I like this a lot better. So I could probably make this a little better in editing. I would maybe keep that, but lower the highlights so I can get some detail back. And maybe the yellow, make the yellow stand out a little bit more. Just does a touch more. I kind of like that. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. That versus that. That's pretty sweet. I enjoy it. And let's see, I found this cool wall with roses. I'm not sure about this one. I shot this one a couple weeks, or like a month ago, and I like those shots way better. So I think I missed on this one. I don't know, maybe that one? I'm not sure. The sky just sucks. That's probably why. The sky is not very cool at all. And that's just, I don't know what I'm doing there. Looks like I'm falling down. I'm crashing to the ground. I went up to the fence, tried to find some cool details, but it doesn't work out for me. This one's okay. I like the color in the background, so you get the detail of the little bit of ice that balled up on the branch, and then you have a cool background, but it's a colorful background at least. And then here I try to use a wide aperture and then and get closer to blur the depth of field, or to blur the background, but I still think I missed. That one's not too bad, but the sky is so boring. I don't really care about it. And then another pathway. Don't like that one at all. That one's kind of cool, but I don't like the mud and all that stuff. So I think for the most part, when I'm looking at the Benson shots, I only like that one. That's the only one I like. And as far as the rest of the photos goes, that might be my favorite of the bunch. That's pretty sweet. The black, white, or the color. I'm leaning towards the black and white. All right. Well, that was my quick little photo session. So, Ethan, you said you'd be back. I don't know if you'll see the replay, but thank you for stopping in, all your comments. Dylan, if you're still listening, I'm going to play you in Minecraft someday. I'm going to whoop you. So, that's just going to be how it is. And I'll try to do this like every couple days, probably. Oh, thank you, Poemfish. That's very nice of you. I'll come down and we'll have lunch together here in a minute. All right, well, this was fun. We'll see you guys.